Hey guys, it's Megan. I'm not going to ramble on too much in the beginning of this video because this video is already going to be long to begin with. But this video is going to be a little personal for myself. It's going to be about body confidence, my body confidence story, and my life. I've re-recorded this video like 16 times. I'm not even kidding because there's just so much on my mind about this topic. But I was contemplating doing this video for like 8 months since last year. I didn't know how to say the things I wanted to say. I wasn't sure if I was comfortable putting myself in such a vulnerable position talking about this kind of stuff. But I hope this video at least helps one of you guys. So I don't know how I'm gonna start this, so let's just go. So my body confidence story begins with my eating habits. My eating habits are absolutely horrific, to say the least. I'm an emotional eater, so I eat when I'm upset, when I'm angry, when I'm stressed out, especially when I'm stressed out, and I'm a very emotional person. My emotions are very powerful. Ask anyone I know. I am very emotion driven. Yeah, let's go with that. It's really hard for me to control my emotions most of the time, so I just tend to eat because it's like a comfort for me. But unfortunately, my eating habits aren't very good. I reach for like pizza and mac and cheese and stuff like that. Me growing up, I got into fried food. Fried food is my absolute weakness. I do not snack. I don't snack on like chips and candy, and I'm not like a dessert person. Like I'll eat it every once in a while, but when I eat. So those are my really bad eating habits, which unfortunately led me to be, you know, a bigger child. But I didn't start caring until about 6th grade when my elementary school merged with 3 other elementary schools. That's when I finally felt like the pressure to be perfect. I felt like an Oompa Loompa. So I joined Weight Watchers in 6th grade at 11 years old. I think I was 11 at the time, or 12, something like that. Then in 7th grade, I got actually made fun of. I will never forget this. This was when I was 12 years old. I am 20 years old now, and I still remember this clear as day. There was this boy that I was on the lunch line, and I jumped off for a second to grab my lunch money, and I went back, and the guy said, "You can't go back, blah, 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 blah." I was like, "But you saw me here. I had to go get my money." And he goes, "Well, of course the fat girl's gotta get her food," and he went like that in front of all of his friends, and I remember I was so humiliated. I will never forget that. I will never forget that in my life. And I never spoke to that kid in my life. I never spoke to him again after that. So that was like the first time that it really confirmed the fact that I didn't only think about these things about myself, but other people thought them as well. 8th grade was whatever. 9th and 10th grade, that was when I was being catfished. You can watch that video on my channel as well. 12th grade rolled around. This is where it all really goes downhill. I finally understand the meaning of you kind of have to hit rock bottom to start going up. All before that, my self-esteem was just crawling down. Finally plateaued at rock bottom in 12th grade. I used to have these friends that were obsessed with their appearance as well. It just made me feel really bad. They always had the perfect makeup. They always had the perfect outfits. They always had the perfect everything. And I felt like a trash bag compared to my friends, and it didn't make me feel good. It put my self-esteem down a lot. So in 12th grade, I got asked to be on a web show. It was the best thing that has ever come along in my life. So I flew out to LA for the first time. I already had like an anxiety attack getting there, so I was really stressed out. And I had my first wardrobe fitting. And I went there, and there were these such beautiful girls. They were all, you know, either tall and thin, or beautiful and thin, and funny and thin, and I wanted that. That's what I wanted, and I felt like a potato compared to these, like an actual potato compared to these other girls, and it sucked. And I remember I had a meltdown in the dressing room. It sucked. It was so embarrassing. That was really, really, really hard, especially when you're out in LA, especially when you're with all these other pretty YouTubers and stuff. Like, you guys see the YouTubers here on the internet, and then for me to be sitting next to these people in person, I felt like such a misfit compared to these girls. And I was just like, oh my god. You know, why would anyone like me when, you know, so-and-so is sitting right here. And then that web show premiered. I never realized, you know, how mean people can be on the internet. Like, I always had teen things and stuff, but they always attacked teen things. They didn't really know who I was, so they really couldn't attack me personally. But now that I was putting myself out there, they were able to attack me. I got called the fat one, the fat girl. I just didn't have a name anymore. I was just the fat one, or the fat girl, and I felt so degraded because I felt like I didn't even deserve a name or a title or anything. It was so hard for me. I can't even say that enough. It sucked. So summer of 2012, I was probably the most insecure I've been in my entire life. I was wearing jeans all summer. I'll never forget it. I went to my college orientation at the end of July wearing jeans. I wore them because I was insecure about my legs and I was insecure about my body, and I didn't want anyone to be exposed to the horror that was my body. Thinking about it now, I'm like, how did I do that? Oh my god, it's so hot. Also in the summer of 2012, I lost my two best friends. They just ditched me. It sucked. I had no friends. I had no school. I dropped out of college, and my life, I felt like I was going nowhere. You know, I remember sitting in my room for days on days on days just crying my eyes out because I felt so useless to the world. I didn't even think I was going to ever be able to make any friends anymore because I didn't go to school. I didn't do any social activity, and I was like, oh my god, I'm not in school anymore. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where my life was going, and I was terrified. I was absolutely terrified. So this whole thing just wraps up into feeling like crap. That was my rock bottom. If you look anything towards the end of 2012, I may look happy, but I'm not. So now we can start going up. Beginning of 2013, I got a message on Facebook from this kid named Travis, and I went to middle school with him. I was like somewhat friends with him in like 6th grade. He was in my gym class, and we both hated our teacher. He messaged me on Facebook and asked me to hang out. So I was like, okay, friends. Then I started hanging out with him, and I started making actual like other friends, and I started realizing the friends I was actually making, like I only have a few really close friends, but the friends that I have are very supportive, they bring me up rather than down. And I think that that's really important to have friends that pick you up. If you feel like you have an image to uphold, if you feel like you have pressure to be friends with people, that's not good. No, run away, run far away. I think it's really important that you make good friends for yourself. You don't surround yourself with people that are gonna put you down. I realized I picked friends like that because I was insecure about myself. I would take anything that came my way, really, at that point. Also, I found YouTube. I think it's really important to find things that make you happy, do things that make you happy, whether it's make YouTube videos or anything. If you like to draw, if you're really good at drawing, drawing, my accent, sorry. Take art classes, do things, you know, go to a park and draw. I want to say drawer, but I can't. Just do things that make you happy. You know, there's a point where after surrounding myself with such good people, I never realized how much of a difference it actually makes. If you just stop letting negative energy into your life, whether it's through family members, unfortunately, or through friends, if it's through a community, you know, no matter what, you have to surround yourself with good energy and positive energy, because if not, that's gonna tear you down. There's a few things that I kind of live by that help me stay on track, because I'm not gonna sit here and say, I feel great every day. Yeah! No. That is absolutely not true. I don't want you guys to think that's true. I have crap days just like everyone else. I will literally look at myself in the dressing room, pull up my stomach and be like, wow, I could be skinny. Wow, you know, wow. That'd be great. And I've had those dressing room meltdowns. I've went on TUMBLR and saw all the pretty skinny girls on TUMBLR. There are a few things that I like to live by. If I'm ever having an off day, I just remember, you know, one, the people that love and care about me, love me as I am. They know that I am not a size 0, whatever, and they still choose to be my friend. And I'm actually quite annoying sometimes, and they still choose to be my friend. Another thing I always think about is weight is a flexible number. Whether you're thin, whether you're big, it doesn't matter. As long as you're healthy, who the F cares? Doesn't matter. You're a different weight here on Earth than you would be on Jupiter or the moon or whatever. Number on jeans shouldn't matter. It's just to help you find what pants fit you, so you don't have to like search through and try on every pair of pants. It's just to help you organize. That's it. A third thing is everyone has stretch marks. I have like a love-hate relationship with my stretch marks. There'll be days where I absolutely hate them and I want to burn them off and cover them up. And then there's days that I'm like, I really don't care. They're there for life. Might as well accept that. Everybody has stretch marks. Let me make that a point. A lot of bigger girls come to me and say that they have stretch marks and they're very insecure about it. Or I've actually gotten a lot of comments from thin girls that are saying that they have stretch marks and they're very insecure about it. Just because you have stretch marks does not mean you're fat. There is no such thing as fat. You have fat, you are not fat. I've read this thing that was like, you have a toenail, doesn't mean you're a toenail. I think that that's important. Everyone has stretch marks. My really, really thin best friend has stretch marks and he's a dude. One of my like old friends, she was very thin. She had stretch marks too. Everyone has stretch marks. I don't know how to stress that enough. I will be glad to sit here and show you my stretch marks. I have them here. These ones kind of faded, but I have them here. I have them everywhere. I won't pull up my shirt because boobs, but I have them on my stomach. I have them right here on my hips, but I have them on the back of my legs too. And there's 36,000 of you guys that sit here and watch my videos every week. Clearly stretch marks don't matter. The last thing I always try to remind myself is I'm just a person. I am just a human being. I come with my great qualities and then I have my flaws and that's it. I like to even out the bad with the good. Like if I have a day that's like, wow, I look like a tomato today, I'll sit there and I'll say, you know what, but I'm really funny. Or I will sit there and be like, wow, but I care about a lot of people and a lot of different things and I'm a caring person. And it's not being conceited if you sit there and try to name things about yourself that you like about yourself. It's okay. Society has everyone believing that if you say something good about yourself, that all of a sudden you're up your freaking own ass. That's not true. We need to remind ourselves what qualities we do like about ourselves. If you're good at a talent, I don't know, if you like your hair, if you like your eyelashes, if you like eyebrows, if you like your lips, if you like your teeth, if you like anything, if you like animals, who doesn't like puppies? There, we found a talent. You're only a person, you have feelings just like everybody else, and you're just trying to get through life like everyone else is. You can only be the best person that you can be. You can just be you. That is the absolute best thing that you can be, is be yourself. You don't have to be skinny, you don't have to be curvy, you don't have to be whatever. Be you. Be yourself, because that is the absolute best thing that you can be. Trust me. My motto is healthy is better than anything that any magazine ever says. I see magazines trashing on Jessica Simpson and Kim Kardashian for putting on baby weight. Excuse you. Healthy is important. Healthy ranges from so many different things. Go by what your doctor says, and unfortunately my doctor has told me many times I need to lose weight, but you know what? My blood pressure is good, my cholesterol is good, I can lose weight whenever I am ready to lose weight. You know, for you thin people out there, whenever you're ready to put on weight. And if you notice, I'm making a point to say that thin girls are beautiful too, because I have noticed a lot of negativity towards thin girls on Twitter. Like, nobody wants skin and bones, nobody, you know, dogs only like bones. That's messed up. That is absolutely messed up. I understand what you guys are trying to do. I know your intentions are good, but you need to remember that thin girls have feelings too. Yes, there may be more models that are their size. Yes, there may be more people in magazines that are their size. I get that, but I cannot even tell you. Thin girls are insecure as well. They get told to, maybe you should eat a hamburger. You know, I've seen that said to people, and that's so messed up. I just think that if you're healthy, and you're not starving yourself, you're not making yourself throw up, I think that it's very important just to leave everybody alone. You don't need to diss thin girls to make, you know, curvy girls feel better. You don't need to diss curvy girls to make thin girls feel better. Bottom line. Just saying. That's it for my rambling on. This video was so long. So I hope this video helps at least one of you guys out there. If not, this was a total waste of my time and emotions, because I'm actually feeling like emotionally distressed right now. This is such a personal topic for myself. Like I said, I've been contemplating doing this video for so long, so I hope it was good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys like it if you enjoyed it. Comment down below things that you like about yourself. I don't care how many there are, you can put it down 100 and I'll be happy. Yeah, make sure you guys subscribe. I love you guys more than you will ever, ever, ever know. And I will see you soon. Bye! Mwah! I feel like so emotionally distressed from that whole video. I feel like somebody just took an egg and just cracked it open and it was like my life in an egg.